I'm here with the management of a very credit trade sector bureau to just give us an overview of what this is and why they're launching. This is the very first in sub-Saharan Africa. Thank you very much. Start by introducing yourselves and what you do and your names.
Hi, my name is Najma Dadar. I'm the MD of Very Credit.
Hi, I'm Kelvin Garuya. I'm the Business Development Manager at Very Credit.
All right. Maybe you could start by explaining to me in layman's language what is Trade Sector Bureau and what is this company coming to do in the sub-Saharan African market?
To put it very simply, what we're trying to do is change the payment culture in Kenya. The products that we offer, first and foremost, are being able to collect the unpaid debts, unpaid invoices, unpaid bad checks within the commercial sector and give our clients a solution in being able to collect them. Because currently, your recourse when it comes to unpaid debts for your company is that you'd either have to go through the legal route or you'd have to use a debt collector. And often those are not very effective methods of debt collection. So what we're trying to do is make people aware that there's a new game in town, that if you do not pay your debt, that our customers will use us to collect that debt on their behalf.
How is this different from the other people that have been collecting debt for commercial services?
Well, what we're doing, we're using a closed user group for our clients. We collect the unpaid invoices and unpaid debts after obviously following the process of trying to make sure that our clients are able to collect the debt. Once they're not able to do so, we will list them within our closed user group. So that's the model that we're using. Therefore, before you're able to take on a new client, you'll be able to actually check on our database whether this client is credit worthy or rather they pay their debts and that will allow you to mitigate taking on bad debt. So you'll actually have the information beforehand.
There are large corporations that owe small, medium enterprises a lot of debt and they don't pay on time. How will that affect me as a large corporation? And if I'm coming to you to ask for this debt, how will you do it apart from what's different from what these other people are doing apart from now the listing?
First and foremost, our process is a very professional process. We try and make sure that first and foremost that our clients maintain their customers. That is the customers that pay. Often you will list the debt that you've really tried all avenues collect. You've tried calling people, tried emailing, you've tried talking to your lawyers and it does not work. So what we will try to do is by giving access to other people within the closed user group, you will be denied credit at other businesses. Simply because the information will be there that you do not pay on time. Therefore, you will not be able to mess up someone else's business by not paying or by trying to, switch to a different service provider for the same services. They will have that information. So that will deny, and eventually you will have to pay.
At Very Credit, what we want to do is give an end-to-end solution. To answer your question about corporates, once they are listed on the platform, what we want to do is partner with the debt collection companies out there, sign an agreement with them at a discounted rate, and then we will look after your debt from the time of listing it to the time of collection. Yes. So it's an end-to-end management program.
That's interesting. My reason is why are you doing this now? Do you have data on how much people our companies are losing in the country due to bad debt from corporations?
When we did a feasibility study, we did realize that the commercial sector do not have a credit bureau to go and list their data. And if they do, they'll have to get approval from Central Bank of Kenya. So what we said is, because the financial sectors can take the information to the bureaus, the commercial sector need also a closed user group where they can exchange this information. So what we want to do is get people from the same industry to submit that information so we can stop the migration of debt. Yes.
Interesting, migration of debt. Which sectors are you guys focusing on? Is it all sectors? Which sectors are most affected when it comes to commercial debt or commercial credit?
We're looking at all the sectors. We've started with the insurance sector. We're also looking into getting into Hotel Keepers Association. We're looking at getting into Cato. We're looking into, signing up partnerships with Kenya Association of Manufacturers, KNCCI, to get their members to get, to start listing their information and to get value addition. Because if you get the same people from the same industry, there's more value add to that information. As opposed to scattering, getting one person from the insurance, one from hotel industries, it doesn't serve the purpose. Yes.
How will this help the commercial sector overall when it comes to we've seen a lot of companies that have been unable to pay smallholders who now decide to stop working and they close shop. How do you think this will improve the commercial sector?
First thing that will give them is a solution to their cash flow. Cash flow is king in any business, and if you're unable to collect on the services or the goods that you've provided, then you're not in business. You're running a charity, more or less, and that's the first thing that we'll try to solve. The second one is we're not just trying to collect negative data in terms of those who are not paying, but eventually we want to be able to reward those who actually pay on time, so they can actually take this information and negotiate better rates with other businesses, with the banks in terms of credit facilities, and try and make sure that the economy is a bit more efficient.
That's interesting. As well, we've seen that the government is also such a huge factor in this. Sometimes suppliers have gone deaf to the government. Are you planning to also go through the government and help out most of the suppliers whose money is still stuck in counties, in national government?
No, not at the moment. We're not likely to get into the government collections, but eventually we will have to. At the moment, we only want to focus on business to business. Yes.
All right. So you're just in Kenya. Are you focusing on entering into other markets? Maybe you could give us the timelines for that.
We will eventually move to other markets. But Kenya is our first project. Once we are able to penetrate the Kenyan market, we'll quickly move to places like Uganda, Tanzania, and other sub-Saharan countries to make sure that they also get the benefits of this service.
Do you have any timelines, or first of all, you're waiting to see how the Kenyan market operates?
You'll wait and see. You will hear from us as soon as we're in those other countries.
All right, thank you very much. That's a very credit telling us what they are planning to do in the Kenyan market and hoping that they will resolve the issues of commercial credit in the Kenyan market. Kangethin Njoroge for Capital TV.